Who do we have in studio this morning with us?
Well, we have Donna and Rika, and they're going to talk to us a little bit about what they've been up to yesterday in the rain and the cold and wet. But just before we do that, just wanted to catch up on the World Migratory Bird Day, which happened last week, bringing awareness to migratory birds and their habitats, because we are busy messing up with that as well. And then Day of the Families, and highlighting the importance of family units, because these problems that Donna and Rika are going to bring up, these issues, would not be there if there was a family unit that could guide and mentor and role model the youth into doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing. So responsibility of keeping your family together, of keeping the unit together, is very, very, very important for all levels in life. And that's it. Yesterday I was driving in the rain to a meeting in Pakkersdorp, and I saw my favorite spot in York Street, because I've also protested there a couple of times with you. I saw this crowd of very wet characters, but really standing there fighting for something. I thought, no, this has got to, I have to go. And so I had my camera on me, so I stopped and I took a couple of photos, and then I asked Donna what's going on. And obviously the posters were very, very descriptive as to what the cause was about, and I took some photos of that, and they are on Wesa Facebook page.
You know what, an interesting thing, one of our guys as well, Jason Stanley, he posted up pictures of, I wasn't sure, the pictures are actually, he's a bit far, so I can't really read what's on the placards or whatever. But Donna, what were you guys doing while we were sleeping?
Yes.
It was raining and it was cold, and we were having hot chocolate, and you guys were on a mission.
Yes,
we were having such fun. We were so inspired. We actually had the best day ever. And you know what? We had such amazing support.
Yes.
In the rain on a weekday. Over 30 people supported us. We had huge amounts of messages flowing into our events page. We had hoots from people who couldn't physically come and to fetch their kids at school. But I tell you what, it was a great success, and we made a lot of noise and huge awareness
Yes,
to George.
that's the important, actually, that's the important part, the
Okay.
awareness that comes with it.
For those who just joined us, what were you guys fighting for? What were you trying to make people aware of?
We definitely were fighting strongly against animal cruelty, but focusing on the horrific dog fighting, and to bring awareness to the public about these syndicates who are so extremely powerful and dangerous, and also to inform the public who don't know that their pets, every single one of their pets, is in danger. These guys have scouts, paid scouts, that scout the streets and report back. They know what dog you own, and they plan their next theft. Because unfortunately, the poor pit bulls who are born with a death sentence to these syndicates are trained to fight.
Oh my goodness.
Our own pit bulls, and anyone who does can tell you they are the most beautiful breed. In fact, on a scale of dogs with tolerance, they rate number 2 after a golden retriever. They love children. They originated as nanny dogs in the United States, where they actually were kept to care and nanny children. And unfortunately, in the hands of bad people,
They can be trained to become terrorists.
Yeah.
exactly,
They've got
they're
such
a
a
power
good
breed.
nature.
They
They've
are
got a
power
strong
breed.
jaw. That's their physique. And anyone should know that your dog is a direct reflection of you. However you raise your dog,
Is the way, yes.
Is
It's
the way
like
your
it's like
dog-
having your own child, basically.
Yes.
You know how they say parents, your child is a reflection of you as a parent, and your parents always tell you when you go out there, remember that you are representing me and you're reflecting me. So how you raise your dog and how you treat it is actually, it will show within the dog that okay, I've been raised to rip people's meat off.
Yes.
it's also
Exactly.
it's not an easy process, and it's not what these dogs go through is horrific.
It can't be nice for the dogs themselves.
No,
It's really...
as from a puppy, they are kept in cages. I mean, there's no love show.
Because they need to be aggressive,
They
so
have
they
to.
have to be emotionless.
Exactly. They're kept in
basically.
small cages. They are beaten. They're sometimes beaten
goodness.
with planks with nails sticking out of them. They're starved. These people do absolutely everything possible to bring out the aggression. Then once in the state of fear, confusion, starvation, they will start with puppies, throwing at them a kitten. As they grow older, the smaller breed dogs. That's why I tell you, all your dogs
That's
are
why
in
you got to
danger.
be careful with your dogs.
And finally, the finale is pit bull on pit bull, where they have to learn to tear up their own breed. And sorry, I'm quite emotional about this.
Yes,
and,
I can see.
and then they actually, the dog tossed into this fight. It's no fight. They're never meant to win. Their mouths are taped shut. They have collars and ropes put onto them, where the people holding the ropes will pull the dogs aggressively so that the dog being trained thinks that this helpless pet, maybe even used to sleeping in your bed, is going for it when it's not, and the attack starts, and that's the end of the poor victim.
Oh my goodness.
This happens in George, people. This happens in our hoods. This is the kind of aggression and energy that we are living in amongst, and it's not really conducive to
on
happy moments.
Yeah, on that note, we've actually in the past, if you remember, Krista and I used to talk a lot about people who are complaining about how it was actually during the pit bull fighting, saga. There were other people also complaining about how thieves now use those dogs to rob people. They are literally walking in the streets and they rob people. And because you're so terrified of this dog that is vicious, you're going to give away your goods because you're scared for your life. Basically, it is horrifying because dogs are such beautiful creatures. I also have dogs. I have a beautiful Jack Russell. He's very vibrant, very loud, and very naughty.
As they are.
Yes, and he's great. He's great. He's very. What I've noticed about him is that he's very protective. Dogs are extremely and if he sees people fighting, he doesn't like it. Dogs are just soft. That's when I actually started loving dogs, because you realize they're just like other human beings. They don't like violence. They don't necessarily like things that are like, causing commotion. And then you actually get people that train such beautiful, beautiful creatures and turn them into something they're actually really not.
And Nolly, it's for money.
Oh goodness.
So that's
And
where
Ego.
and ego. Well, yes, that man carries that with him all the time. So, but yes, because your dog, and I do see pit bulls on leashes often walking down our streets, and I wonder, and you look at the dog and it's looking healthy and there's no marks on it, and you think, okay, well, but just know that a pit bull near you in this town, anywhere, will be raised for money, because it is one way of getting money. And I remember seeing a poster yesterday, go and get a job, loser.
Instead of actually using animals to get you money.
Goodness gracious.
Your other guest, hi.
Hi, môre. Ek wil eerstens vir julle baie dankie sê vir die geleentheid dat ons hier kan wees. Soos ek altyd sê, ek het pitbull bloed in my. Ek leef vir hulle. Ek is verskriklik lief vir hulle. Maar ongelukkig is daar mense hier buite wat verskriklik breed is. Ek gaan nou ongelukkig gaan ek verwys na die lokasies. Ons almal weet die meeste gevegte gebeur daar. Baie keer is die ouers nie eers bewus daarvan nie. Byvoorbeeld die kind het 'n pitbull, die ouers gaan werk, hy kom van die skool af, hy gaan beklei met daai hond en gaan sit hom terug in die hok. Daai hond kry nie 'n veearts wat hom help nie. Daai hond moet van self gesond raak. Ek dink net wat ek graag wil hê is die ouers moet meer bewus wees van wat hulle kinders doen in die middag. As jy 'n pitbull by jou huis het, gaan kyk, is daai hond gebyt, is hy beseer? Bel die SPCA, hulle is daar om te help. Maar wat gebeur is die ouetjies weer is onwettig. So hulle kry nie hulp vir daai honde nie. Daai honde moet daar in pyn lê. Hulle moet van self gesond raak, en as hulle te erg gebyt is, dan maak hulle die hond dood of hulle begrawe die honde lewendig. Dis 'n verskriklike storie. Ons het die publiek nodig om te help dat dit gestop kan raak. Die SPCA kan dit nie alleen doen nie. Ek dink hulle het 4 inspekteure. Hulle kan nie by alles uitkom nie.
Ja.
Dit is 'n storie wat net nie wil opbou nie. Ek het regtig, ons het die publiek nodig om te help. Hulle vat pappies, hulle sit daai klein hondjie in 'n hok. Maak hom aggressief van kleins af. Hy word geleer om aggressief te wees. 'n Pitbull is nie 'n aggressiewe hond nie. Ek het 'n pitbull, my pitbull slaap in my bed. Dit is my kind, sy is so lief vir mense. Sy is nie daar om seer te maak nie. Die tipe ouens gee pitbulls 'n slegte naam. Nou, as jy hoor dan sê iemand, ek wil nie 'n pitbull hê nie, dit is gevaarlike honde. Dit is nie gevaarlike honde nie, dis die ouens hier buite wat daai honde 'n slegte naam gee en dit moet gestop raak. En wat vir my so hartseer is, as die SPCA inspekteur verby iemand ry wat met 'n hond loop en daai hond het bytmerke aan hom. Al wat hy sê is, my hond was gesteel, dis nie my skuld nie. Daar moet 'n wet kom wat sê dat daai inspekteur daai hond kan vat. Anders gaan elke ou sê, my hond was gesteel, ek het nie geveg met hom nie, ek weet nie wie dit was nie. So almal kom weg daarmee. Al wat ek vra is dat die wet verander, as 'n SPCA inspekteur 'n hond sien wat gebyt is, dat hulle die hond kan vat. Want hoe anders